Hey, welcome everybody. Robert Adichie here with Timothy Brown.
Hello, hello. How's everybody's day?
Yeah, so we are going to talk about Ulysses Worlds. And as far as how is everyone's day, my day is going great. I woke up, I walked outside, and it was like 70 degrees, which is amazing for Arizona right now.
Yeah, we both live in the desert Southwest, so now that it's below 100 once in a while, we really think that's great. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, it went from like it's been like 110. There's been like 50 days of 110, with like breaking records of how many days it's over 110 in a row. And
Right.
so just recently we've had our first days like under 100, and it's been glorious.
Well, here's my cheap transition. So clearly the sun here is not fading.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. But in Fading Suns, our game line that's coming out, Bill Bridges and Andrew Greenberg have continued their heretical musings every Tuesday at two, or sorry, it's like every other Tuesday, first
Yeah,
and third Tuesdays
right.
at 2 p.m. Pacific. And the last one that we had, they talked about kind of the history of Fading Suns universe, kind of from now, quote unquote now time until the current time in the world, in the game world. So like how we sort of got to the place where we're at, and so that was
Very
really
cool.
interesting. It's always interesting. I love listening to to people that are super into whatever they're into, whether it's games or books or movies or whatever they're into. Talk about that thing because you just get so much. They're not just spewing facts that you can read from a book. They're talking about the details and why things happen in certain ways and why things might have happened. So like you get so much information that you don't get just from the books, which is cool.
Yep. You'll get plenty of that from Bill and Andrew, that's for sure. So yeah, it's great to watch. Now for the Dark Eye, for those of you who followed the Gods of Aventuria crowdfunding, the late pledge for that is up until September the 22nd. So we've got a little time left on that. Um, as far as different materials for the Dark Eye, the How to Be a Great GM released an intro video for the Dark Eye as well as a character creation video. They'll be doing a lore video and a GM prep video in preparation for their actual play. Now, yesterday, what did Tayo send to you?
He sent me some updated errata,
Hmm.
and so I'm gonna get that put up. I know it includes, just some small language changes and things like that. Although I am double checking with him, the one that I have has an older date on it, so I'm not sure if it just didn't get updated. But I'm gonna
Right.
get that up as soon as possible, assuming this is the correct document, or get that date updated.
Tayo Fitkow is usually right on top of such things, but he'll let you know, and then we can get that posted as well.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as the streaming content for the Dark Eye, you recently did a flip through on the Gods of Aventuria PDF in two parts. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I just kind of went through, and since I wasn't reading everything, I was just kind of flipping through, and then people that had questions or wanted to know a certain a profession, or talk about a certain god, I just went to that
Right.
section and kind of read a little bit about it, and let people look at it. So if you have not pledged for the Gods of Aventuria and you kind of want to see what you're going to get, you can go ahead and go check out that flip through, and then you can go back and pledge. In addition, Grant Ellis and his team from WebDM are going to be doing WebDM plays through the Dark Eye, and I know recently they just did their kind of session zero where they've already kind of made their characters, I think, but they're just sort of
Right.
introducing them and making sure everybody knows kind of how the production is going to go. So that all should be starting relatively soon. So we should have a new Dark Eye show. I've also been talking with JM, and he said after his Torg Eternity game,
Right.
they were kind of talking about what they want to do, and I was suggesting Dark Eye, so they might be running another Dark Eye show there. So we should be getting some more Dark Eye actual play content.
Awesome. I know that they're a big fan of the system, and they would love to run that. I had a chance to visit the studio with JD and JM both last week, or I guess maybe perhaps it was the week before. I've lost track of time. But the studio's set as soon as they can safely get everybody back into it without any kind of a COVID risk. They certainly will, but for now they'll continue with streaming content with everybody separated. But yeah, new content's coming, and the new things we have for the Dark Eye are pretty exciting. Coming up now for the Aventuria Adventure card game, we have a new crowdfunding that is targeted for September the 15th, and that will run through October 6th. And it is the Extraordinary Heroes. That's the theme of this particular crowdfunding of new products. What can you tell us about those?
Yeah, so it's a bunch of smaller expansions, including new heroes and new adventures. Eric just sent me a first preview article. So as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna go to the website and get that uploaded. And it also includes a demo deck for one of the new heroes too.
Very cool. All right. So for Myth Dawn of Heroes, the World Book is now available as a PDF. The cards that were included in the World of Myth crowdfunding are available as print and play or print on demand from Drive-Thru RPG. So if you've got that capacity, that's the way to get them. And the books themselves have arrived in Germany and will be shipping out slowly over the next few days and into the next week. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Last time we talked to Marcus, you showed us the packages of some of the books, so they're there.
He loves taking warehouse pictures and sharing them with us. We should get more of those online.
Yeah.
It's a world of cardboard. As far as our streaming content for Myth Dawn of Heroes, at the Ulysses Online Convention that happened at the end of July, we released the Myth Dawn of Heroes demo rules, and those are also available for print and play or on Tabletop Simulator. Further, Eric and Robert played the Tabletop Simulator version on stream for Gen Con, and you can catch that video also on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the link to that after the show.
Definitely, definitely. So Ross and JM have been working hard on Myth Tales of Legend, and we recently put out the quick start for that, and it is available on Drive-Thru RPG. Now you can see that adventure, The Lost Barrow, in action. JM started running it. The first actually couple episodes are on YouTube, and the next episode should be tonight at 5:30 Pacific on our Twitch channel. The heroes have kind of entered into Drashel, which is the town, and they're kind of figuring out what's going on with this kind of curse that's plaguing the town. So check that out if you want to get some insight into both the game and the setting that is Myth.
Great. So yeah, again, more content for the role-playing game, which is Myth Tales of Legend. The streaming content we have, Ross and JM host their campfire chat every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, and that's where they talk about all aspects of the game. Today's episode is about character creation, as Ross and JM walk through creating a character. The second part of that particular episode will be released next week. So watch for those campfire chats every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, so moving on to Torg Eternity, folks have been getting their cyber papacy books in the mail. So if you back that, you should be on the lookout. Those who want the cyber papacy PDFs, those should be available soon on Drive-Thru RPG this month. And then, of course, JM has continued running his Four Horsemen every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific on Twitch, although they did not play last week, or this week, I should say. So next week will be the next show. And it features, JM and Ross Watson, who's one of the Torg Eternity designers. So next time it says the Horsemen infiltrate Volkov's Psychic Research Institute to rescue Storm Knights and possibly get ahead of Lapis, who is one of the bad guys. So
awesome.
Check that out. And one of the cool things about that show is Greg Gordon often watches it as well and comments in the chat. So if you want to interact with Greg, kind of see what his views are on Torg Eternity, definitely check that out.
Much like Bill and Andrew for Fading Suns, Greg is a guy who wants to talk about Torg a lot. Torg Eternity,
exactly.
He's got the background. So, new topic. We're, of course, still heading towards the new year, where we hope to, and we'll definitely be doing, the Ulysses convention in Las Vegas, and that will happen in April next year. So we want to make sure that everybody is aware of it as we're creating new content that get information out to you on how you can become involved. And coming up in the next week or so, I personally am going to the Artisan Hotel, where they're going to be demonstrating for me some of our cuisine options and our drink options. So I'm going to be wined and dined in a really fun place in Las Vegas. And that's the kind of cross I have to bear as my job here in
We'll be thinking about
Ulysses
you,
in Las
Tim.
Vegas. Thank you. As we'll see if I can get some more photography of the area while I'm there, so that people get a better idea where this cool convention is going to be.
Yeah, I was really. I would say take some pictures of that main room because I felt like there weren't enough when we were looking at the website because that was one of the really cool parts I thought. And then I'm going to throw in the chat right now a link to the Google Doc or sorry the Google form, which is like an interest survey. So if you're interested in
Oh, great.
Ulysses Con Vegas, Ulysses Vegas Con, fill it out. Let us know what you're interested in, what you want to play, what you want to do, how likely you are to go, and we'll take that into account as we're kind of putting this all together.
Well done, Robert. You're way ahead of me. Always ahead of the game. I love that. Well done. Yeah, that'll be great. Definitely check that out and fill that form out. The more we can learn about what you might want, the more we can help to arrange it.
Definitely. And so, we've been doing this now for a couple of months, like 3 months, I think, kind of on a weekly basis. And we just wanted to know for those of you that are in the chat right now, and maybe if you see this on YouTube as well, let us know in the comments. But just like, how much do you like this on a weekly basis? Do you look forward to this every week? Are you good with every 2 weeks? Because the last, every once in a while we come into a little lull. Like, there's just a couple of new news items today, and so we were just kind of looking to whether we wanted to keep doing this every week or maybe every 2 weeks. You let us know what you think.
Especially, too, if there's more content that you feel we're not giving that you'd be interested in, we'll gladly dig that up and make it a regular part of the show. So
Yeah,
definitely let
definitely.
us know.
Yeah. So while we wait for people, there's a few people watching right now. So if you have some thoughts on this show or even on any of the other shows, let us know what you think of our programming and what you enjoy, what you watch on a regular basis, any of that. Also, going back to Torg Eternity, how to be a great GM has put up several videos about Torg. We've been talking about those. He did an actual play. I really like the way he did the actual play. So he did like the cards and tokens on Tabletop Simulator. So he
Hmm.
imported everything himself, and
Right.
I thought it looked really nice. Like I've played, I played on Roll20, and Roll20 was great. It worked flawlessly. But I really feel like Tabletop Simulator looked really nice because like
Ah,
it's kind of like a table, so you see everybody's cards and stuff like that, and
right.
so it definitely had a little bit more of that feel of like sitting at the table. So definitely check that out. It's called the Rybinsk Gambit, and we'll put that, of course, in the show notes. So looking in the chat now, Darth DQ says every 2 weeks would be fine. If that reduces the burnout, then I understand. I've got it scheduled on my calendar, so I do look forward to it. And Padre says I like it every week, even with no news. It's nice to hear about my favorite games. Nice,
Okay. Fair
good,
enough.
great comments. Yeah, so we'll continue to kind of monitor this when I talk about it online. We'll ask questions there as well to kind of see what people want, and then we'll kind of go with that. So, but for this week, I think that's about gonna wrap it up for us.
Yeah, I mean it's we put out whatever new information we have for any of our lines, and we want to continue to do that. So let us know the way you'd like to receive that content, and we will abide. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this week, the Ulysses Worlds show. If you'd like to chat more with Ulysses, and you can please check out our Discord community. And if you like the show, please follow and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on anything. So for Ulysses Spila, I'm Timothy Brown, and I'm here with Robert Aducci.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. We'll see
Thanks.
you next time.
See you next week. Bye bye. Maybe.